Here's a story to illustrate patient activation and the four levels. A few years back, my wife and I were thinking about ways to spend a little bit more time together. Kids were getting a bit older, we could get a babysitter. We thought it was time to spend some quality time together. There was a few suggestions on the table. My wife said I could maybe come and help her in the allotment. I'm not much of a gardener, to be honest with you. And the other alternative was to learn to salsa dance together. Now, anyone who knows me knows I'm enthusiastic but not a dancer. So this was quite a challenge, but we thought it would be a bit of fun and a chance to spend some time together, which felt really important to us. So we turned up at the first lesson. I really had two left feet. It was very intimidating. Everybody else seemed to know what they were doing. Luckily, we just started off just sort of going bobbing left to right, very slow, a bit of music, a bit of fun. The instructor was quite jokey, and although I felt a complete idiot, I kind of carried on and got through the lesson. We went for a drink afterwards and had a bit of a joke about it, and we decided that we would keep going. And we did. We kept going back over the next few months, and gradually, very slowly, I learned to get less wooden, to get a little bit more wriggle in my hips. And by about 6 months, we realised that actually we were not beginners anymore. We'd moved on. We had a few moves, we could do a few twists, we could look at other people just starting and realise we'd moved on from them. Uh, but there was another class after us where the instructor just put the music on and people would just start dancing in rhythm together, and they would do these moves across the floor like real experts. And we kind of knew that we weren't at that stage. So this little story sort of helps to describe those four levels of activation. Right at the very start, before we'd had that conversation, I definitely wasn't a salsa dancer. I had no reason to even think about salsa dancing. It was something that somebody else did. If you like, I was kind of level one for salsa dancing. But then we had a conversation, and I found a reason to start, to get involved, to think about it, to become a beginner. It mattered to me to spend good quality time with my wife, so I put myself out there to become a beginner, and we were beginners, what we call level two in activation. And then as time went on, then we got to that point 6 months down the line where we realised we weren't beginners anymore. We were sort of more intermediates. We had some skills. We knew we weren't experts, and that was a bit like the sort of level three and four of activation, with level three being an intermediate. You've got something under your belt, you're trying some stuff. Some of it's working, a lot of it maybe not be working, and you're not that level four sort of expert. And in patient activation, those are those expert self-managers. So I think that sort of salsa story just gives a real nice flavour of the four levels of learning anything new. And it's very similar when it comes to looking after yourself in terms of healthcare. People go through those four levels initially of not having a reason to even look after themselves at all, understanding why it's important and getting to level two, building up some skills at level three, and then at level four, perhaps becoming an expert self-manager.